Warning, this podcast may be disturbing to some listeners. Due to the graphic nature, listener discretion is advised. Welcome from wherever you are. This is the Demon Inside Podcast. I am your host, John Venom. If you would like to review another episode of the Demon Inside, you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and any podcast platform. You can also find us on YouTube and on our website, thedemoninside.transistor.fm. And please don't forget to subscribe and rate us with 5 stars. A new episode will come out once a week. Hello, my Demon Insiders, and welcome back to the Demon Inside. I'm your host, John Venom, and today we are going to be talking about the Demon Inside, Chelsea Renee Duperon. So, Chelsea, and this happened in Wayne, Michigan, and this kind of felt kind of weird to me. Now, I know I talk about demons inside, and this one is a little different, and I know I've been saying that quite a bit on some of these episodes, but this girl claims that a spirit of a woman was in her house. There's evil spirits in her house, and that she killed her 8-year-old child, but doesn't remember, thinking that maybe this entity had something to do with it. Now, before we get into that, let me read what the County of Wayne Office of the Prosecuting Attorney put out in a press release on March 19th of 2024. And I quote, "Prosecutor Kim Worthy has charged Chelsea Renee Duperon, 30, of Wayne in connection with the death of her 8-year-old daughter. On March 16, 2024, at approximately 5:19 a.m., Wayne police officers were dispatched to a residence in the 35,000 block of Phyllis Street for reports of a child not breathing. Upon their arrival, officers observed the child in a bedroom of the home unresponsive, suffering from multiple injuries to her head and neck. Medics arrived on the scene and transported the child to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead." End quote. So what ends up happening is I actually found the police body cam of when they're talking to Chelsea and the boyfriend when they first get to the house. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play that in parts, and I'm going to explain what I believe might be happening. Now, again, I'm going to do this from a police investigation standpoint and also as a believer standpoint, because here's the thing. We've seen some of these cases where somebody does something but doesn't really remember or doesn't really see the crimes that they did until it's too late. Now, I'm not saying that she's innocent. Again, what I am saying is there a possibility? She took responsibility for her child's death, and they charged her with felony murder and I believe first-degree child abuse, and she was convicted. She pled guilty. And she got 50 years in prison. And that just happened this year, I believe. But let's go ahead and get started with this. So on March 16th of 2024, like I said, they got a phone call, a 911. This child had been abused for 3 days before the police were called on March 16th. So we're talking March the 13th. And I believe it was a Wednesday. Now, here's the thing. This child was so beat up, from what they said, that it was from her feet all the way to her head, and her brain was swollen, and she was very, very beat up. Now, before I start doing the interview, let me give you a little bit more info. Her and her ex-husband, the father of the child, had divorced, I guess, and she fought for custody and actually won. According to the aunt, his aunt, she says in the trial that Chelsea lied about him being a bad father and all this stuff, and that's how she gained custody. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Now, before that, or during all that, there's no paperwork of abuse. I couldn't find anything on the when they did the autopsy. I couldn't find anything on injuries that were healing or any type of abuse to that child before this incident. So we're going to start with what she says first, and I'm going to explain it as we go through it. Take a listen to this.
Okay, but there's obvious bruising and a whole bunch of stuff going on with her face.
She fell down the stairs.
And was that ever reported?
No.
With that severe injury, did she go to the hospital?
Excuse me? No.
Now, what she says is that her child fell down the stairs. When the police get there, that's the first thing they hear, and that's what she reported to 911, that her child had fallen down the stairs and that they had placed her in the bed, in her bed. Now, of course, the police figure that out real quick, that that's not the scenario, that's not the case that's happening. There's more to it. So the police start putting pressure on her. Now, her and her boyfriend are sitting in the living room while they're talking. And the boyfriend is just as devastated as she is. And it's really weird because there's something that I get when I watch the video. And I'm going to put the link at the bottom so you can watch it. But he gets up and says he needs a breath of fresh air or whatever, comes back. She's still talking to the police, and you're going to hear where he's telling her, you need to talk, you need to tell them. And it's almost like he's telling her, I know they're not going to believe you, but you need to tell them what the hell's going on. Because he doesn't say, yes, she beat him up, she beat up her child. He doesn't say, I saw her beating, none of that. Just tell them. And then she starts talking. But let's go ahead and play that part first. Listen to this.
Are your hands usually that swollen, like bruises on your arms as well? You got that hand is completely different size, your whole arm, what's going on with all that stuff?
You got to talk to them.
She is talking. Do you know something that we need to know, or what? I'll be completely honest, guys. A lot of stuff isn't adding up right now, respectfully.
Chelsea.
So what's going on? Your entire fist is swollen, like you've been punching something. You have bruises all over your arms. So what's going on?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Come talk to me outside, sir.
Chelsea. You gotta talk.
Just step outside for me.
So if you get a chance, go to the video that I'm gonna put in the link on the bottom, and look at his like expressions and stuff. It's really weird. Like I said, for me, it looks like he wants to say something, but can't. And so now she starts talking, and her story changes. Of course, the police, when you start changing your story, this is when they start catching people in the line. Now, Chelsea brings up the fact that, and I'm going to let you listen to that first. Take a listen.
You don't remember doing that?
Not at all.
Any drinking, any drugs?
No, I was not.
Can I talk to you?
Like, I was completely sober. I quit drinking. I was sober.
Why don't you remember what happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I honestly think this house is haunted. And it sounds crazy. That's why I don't.
We're going with the ghost?
When she said that you hit her, can you be more elaborate? How did she say it? One smack, one punch, multiple punches?
I didn't say.
There was no specification?
And it was like everything was good, so there'd be no reason for me to even hit her. And I don't whoop her or anything. So.
And so, do you remember seeing her when you went downstairs? Because she fell down the stairs and you went behind her, correct? Is that what you said?
I just remember we was listening to music. I was going to go put clothes in the laundry. And then I went around, because I was telling her, it's like, it's fine, there's no demons in here, nothing. And she was all like, I think there is. And I was like, no, there's not. And then we were listening to my music that makes me feel good. And then we went downstairs, and all of a sudden I was like, I turned the corner, and there was a lady there. And she was all like, I don't like your music. And I was like, and then, yeah, and that makes no sense. That's why I don't like saying that.
So once you saw this face in front of you, is that when you started just punching?
No, I just don't really, I don't remember really.
And you just like blacked out? And then when was the last time you remember coming back to? From the time that she fell down the stairs and you went down there with her, you blacked out, and then when was the next thing that you remember? When what?
When Dana got home from work. Well, there was... See, I don't know.
No, you guys are good.
Can we restart from like the top? Maybe?
No, I don't want to. It sounds crazy saying it out loud, and I just...
Well, it's not about sounding crazy. We're just trying to make sure that it's accurate.
It's like, I'm trying to think about... It's like, I just lost my daughter, and I really don't feel like talking about anything right now.
Okay. Well,
It's like, I didn't do it. I know it looks that way.
We're not saying
that. No, it's fine. I don't care. Go ahead.
No,
I
we're
know
not
it
saying
looks
you
that way,
did.
though.
We're just trying to figure out what happened. And we're not leaving
Okay, and
your
I'm
living
saying
room.
it's confusing.
Okay, and we're not leaving your living room until we find out what happened, okay?
I know. But I don't know. I can't tell you what happened. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but it's like, there's bad spirits, and it's like that. Sometimes it makes sense. I know it sounds crazy.
No, I'm not saying that it sounds crazy by any means, but we do have to get a account of what happened. If you saw something, if you...
There was a lady, yeah.
And nobody else lives with you here, correct?
No.
It's just you three?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she just fell down the stairs? Was she pushed down the stairs? Was she dragged down the stairs?
I don't know. We walked downstairs together, went to put that in the laundry, and then all of a sudden there was a lady. And then,
So let me ask you this before we continue. Did she actually fall down the stairs?
that's what I assumed happened, because she was all messed up.
But
and
so you just told me that you guys both walked downstairs. You went downstairs together, and she was fine. And then you saw the lady. Okay, so go from there. What happened when you saw this lady?
She was saying that this is her house, she's lived down there, and she's a witch. And she was like, look what I can do. And it was like, all of a sudden, yeah.
All of a sudden what?
It just, everything, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's,
I understand that. Sometimes us asking these questions kind of re-sparks that, and it might trigger a memory that you
talk
have.
about this. Like, my baby's gone and that's...
I know that, dear, but we're trying to figure out what happened to your baby.
So now you hear that she says that she thinks there's evil spirits in the house. She says that when they go downstairs, her and the little girl, her 8-year-old, that there's a lady downstairs. Now, as the ex-police officer, I think two things. I think one, she's going to try to plead insanity. But it doesn't feel that way. What it feels like to me, and then bear with me, okay? If you were to see, let's pretend, if you were to see Bigfoot, you know, you have sightings, some people believe it, some people don't, you know, or UFOs or things like that. Let's say you see Bigfoot. Are you going to tell people that you saw Bigfoot? Or are you going to say you don't know what exactly it is you saw? She says she sees a woman in the basement, and this woman tells her that she doesn't like her music. She's been in the house. Take a listen to this.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I guess what I'm saying.
No, I understand that, and I'm not saying.
It's like, I know it looks like I did it. It's like, I can't
No, it just
get
looks like there's
away.
injuries, and we're trying to figure out how they got.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? It's not. It's really just a matter of figuring out, and I'm sure you want to figure out what happened too. So us asking these questions might trigger something that you subconsciously remember. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's that lady in the basement. And it's like, that's...
What does
She
she
said
look
she's
like?
a witch, and that she was over here for... And that we need to get out of her house instead.
Mhm. How long have you guys lived here?
I don't know, like 2 years or something. I'm not good with timelines. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what happened. It's like, was that woman real that was in the basement? Did I get caught? But she said...
So was this woman attacking you? Were you fighting this one? I mean,
Yeah, she
I'm still
jumped out.
concerned. You got injuries too. I'm trying to figure
No,
out.
I know. She jumped out.
What is this,
and then, like,
this
clocked me.
bruising here? Like that almost looks like a burn almost. Like
No, I know. That's what I said. Don't even look like a bruise. I don't know.
did you burn yourself? Did somebody
No.
burn you? Because like flip this hand over. And so you got like blisters consistent with like possibly a burn. I mean, you don't remember how you obtained these injuries? But turn your arms in back up. How long ago were these?
When I was a kid.
When you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Are you suicidal at all? Right? I mean, when
But
was the
now
last
I
time
don't want to
you-
be here no more. My kids have to be here. This
And so when
was
was
the only reason why I wanted to be here. I would not hurt her. I don't whoop her. I don't do nothing to her. Like, it's like I don't even yell at her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God.
So do you think this lady or this woman might have attacked you?
That's what it
Or
felt like, yeah, because,
when you came back to it, did you feel like you just got in a fight?
yeah.
You feel like worn out and sore and like the pain from the bruises and stuff?
Yeah, my arm is yeah.
Do you have any other injuries, any other bruises? Like elsewhere, legs or back or neck or anything like that?
My legs, I do.
What's on your legs?
Just, I woke up with them actually a few days before that. On my knees, I had bruises.
Okay. This was a few days before you saw the lady?
Yes. But it's like I've been seeing stuff in this house for a long time. Last season too.
So now we have this scenario. And for me, as being a ex-cop, I started wondering, what if it's a frogging situation? And for those of you that don't know what frogging is, it's where a person lives in your house, in the attic or in the basement or, in the walls, and you don't even know that they're there. And these people, they watch throughout the day, and then they'll appear when you go to sleep. They'll eat food, they'll go, do their thing, whatever, and then they come back and they sleep in your house again. It's a scary thought, but it happens. Frogging is a thing, and if you live in a big house or a little house, guys, I suggest every now and again, go through your basement, go through your, through your house completely. Any little crook and nanny that you can find, in your attic, make sure there's nobody living in your house, because it is a possibility and it's a scary one. So that's one of the things that I thought of. And then the way she was answering, and even the boyfriend kind of seemed like he didn't answer any of the questions, but it seemed like he knew what was going on. And so she starts talking about these spirits or this lady, and she says it's a brunette lady, and I didn't get the ending of that video, but she says that this lady wants her out of the house. Now, is this a type of, I want to plead insanity, so I'm going to pretend this is something from a movie? Because we have heard of this kind of stuff in movies. Or is this a demon that is pretending to be a woman? To be honest with you, I don't know. What gets me is this. The boyfriend seems to know something. The woman, she says she doesn't know what happened. When they look at her hands, the police says that they're looking and they find burn marks. So now they have these burn marks on her hands, and she doesn't know where they came from. She has bruising, like she was in a fight. She says she was hurting. And so the police keep pressing her more and more about what happened. She finally says that the little girl told her that she hit her, but that the little girl says that she had black lips. Could she have been possessed by a spirit, by a demon, by something? So I decided, because she said that place was haunted, I started looking into that place, and it was built in like 1962. And from what I could tell, nobody died there. It's a hard thing to find. I know there was some tenants or some people that have lived there before that did pass away, but I don't know if they died in the house. All I do know is that down the street is a manor or a mansion or a type of building where they have weddings now, and a church. It's a church. It's a reception hall. It's all these things, but it was built in the 1700s. Now, I know that there's also a graveyard that's there. So, these houses were built in the 60s around that mansion or manor or whatever it's called. Could they have moved bodies? Could they have had bodies there? I don't know, because this starts sounding like the movie Poltergeist. Again, I believe in ghosts, I believe in demons, but both of these scenarios that I'm talking about right now are movies. You got Poltergeist And the other one is the more popular Conjuring movies. If you remember on the first Conjuring movie, it was about a witch that lived in that house, and she basically took over the mother and started trying to kill her kids. Sounds the same to me. You know, could this have been a poltergeist movie idea? You know, you just start thinking of all these things. But here's the thing. Why would you try to convince the police that your house is haunted to the point that you harm your kid and you don't remember? Let me play you, because they ask her again to say the whole thing from beginning to end. And this is what she says. Listen to this.
So she wasn't able to move really that much because she fell down the stairs?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we established the falling down the stairs didn't happen.
Or, I mean, yeah, because of what happened downstairs or whatever. Like, I don't know. She looked like she fell down the stairs to me. But
Why? What did you see?
Well, just she's all banged up. But then,
Oh. Did you see her down there?
we walked down there together. And it was like some lady came out and said she hated my music. And then, because it was gospel music, we were playing it because it's how I get up in the morning. It makes me feel good. And then it was like, yeah, I don't know what happened.
And then she was all bruised up? So you thought she fell down the stairs, but you're not sure. You didn't see it. Okay. And she told you that you hit her.
Mm-hmm. She said she thinks it was me. My lips were black.
That's what she said?
And I don't remember her. I don't whoop her. I would not hurt her like this. But I know what it looks like. But I would not do that to her. But I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. It's like maybe bring a exorcism or something in here, or someone who can listen and see if they hear. Like, it's like, I swear to God.
Do you remember what this lady looked like?
So at the end of this, she says maybe they should do an exorcism on this house. Why would she do that story that's unbelievable? She started off, remember, that she said that she fell down the stairs, and the reason she said that was because she knew the police weren't going to believe her. For me, could this have happened? Sure. I think it could have. Were they in the wrong? Yes, because that little girl could have been taken to the hospital at any time and they could have saved her life. But instead, two grown adults chose not to. Now, did this entity take over her for the 3 days that this little girl was hurt? It doesn't sound that way, because she had gone to work and she had gone and bought diapers for the 8-year-old, knowing that she couldn't get up to use the bathroom. For me, that's messed up, guys. You have to take responsibility for the things that you do, whether you know you did them or not. Even if I didn't know that I did something, I'm going to try to heal my kid because my kid is hurt. She didn't take responsibility for her kid, and she says that she didn't have insurance, but she got it the next day, and she makes all these excuses. This is the reason why I believe she's guilty. Did she intend to do it? I don't know. According to her, she had never beat her child before, but she remembers seeing this woman, a brunette, and I really wish she would have told the police more about what she looked like, but that's all I could find. Maybe the boyfriend, if he listens, he can send me a message telling me what else was there. As far as haunting in the house, I don't know, to be honest with you. Remember, we did LaToya Amon's the haunting, her kids and her were being possessed. And she took the kids to the hospital. She did what she was supposed to. She saved her kids. Chelsea didn't, nor her boyfriend either. Now, like I said, Chelsea was convicted and she's serving 50 years in prison. The boyfriend, they haven't said if they're going to charge him yet or not, but I believe they should, because he allowed that little girl to die, and she calls him daddy, even though it was Chelsea's boyfriend. How can you be a person seeing what's going on and not try to protect your family, or even just protecting a little girl? He said that she wasn't his blood and that it was up to her mom to protect her. That to me is fucked up. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to y'all next week. Have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe to the Demon Inside podcast on any podcast platform. A new episode of the Demon Inside will be released every week. Let us know what you think of the episode on any of our social media platforms. If you have any questions or comments, go to the demoninside.podcast@gmail.com or click at the link below. We would love to hear from you. And to become a Demon Insider, go to the demoninsidepodcast.transistor.fm. We thank you for listening and hope you will join us next week for a new Demon Inside podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends. I am John Venom, and I'll see you next time, if I don't get possessed. The Demon Inside was created and written by James Porter. It is a production of Venomous Entertainment. Background music is by Lucas King. And the title song, The Demon Inside, was produced by Rice Fulber. Music and lyrics by Peter Shelley. And performed by Conjure One. All the content on this podcast is strictly the opinion of the content creator and not the organization, its affiliates, or employees.